Hi guys, we're on another adventure. We're on our way to do a removal from a house for a little old lady who is petrified and can't open her bedroom windows. So we have everything loaded up into the car and the trailer. Because it's in a roof, it's going in the soffit, we have to bring the scaffold to gain access and perhaps start stripping the roof. We don't know yet, but like every job, you try and bring every tool you can to cover every single eventuality. We have our vacuum and we have a couple of hive bodies and a roof, every conceivable tool you could ever imagine, and enough buckets to empty a swimming pool at this point in time. So let's get rolling. Again, save lives, scoop up as many as you can before you start really disrupting much, you know. But as I said, at some point we're going to have to try and get this piece of wood out, and it's not going to be pretty, because we're going to make a big mess underneath it, because the comb that's hanging down is actually longer than what I can lift. So perhaps at this point I'll try and get a little bit out. I cut it before I go making it real bags of things. Okay, if you want to have a little look under there, I don't know if you can see much.
We can see from underneath. It's brown comb, but it goes further than that.
Oh, I know it will go further. Definitely.
Yeah,
right, if I lift that out.
One of the pieces broke and it's on the ground at the very back.
Yeah, if I lift that up, it's just going to disintegrate and fall in a heap of shit. So the best. I know in the grand scheme of things that's not a lot of ease, but I just want to set the suction on it. I don't want it too strong, so I have it turned down a little bit now for that reason. And that's it. Let's get a few into the box and make them start feeling at home. Oh, lovely. That's a nice gentle setting there. That's it. But of course, if they're a little bit far away, it'll make it. It won't work as good. So we'll try a bit of trial and error on the power setting. That's dead. Oh no, we don't want to make beef soup, which is what would happen if we shot them in through this hose at 100 miles an hour. It would be pure goo. Yeah. Yes, go ladies. So again, we're just trying to get numbers down here, and then we'll start digging. I think this is going to be a major excavation, and I think we're going to get very badly stung today. Oh shit, you mentioned yours to me, not me first. And I swore, oh no. Right, there's an awful lot of crap on the ground as well, which I don't really like having to suck up, but there's a lot of good leaves on it. Oh, it's just spilled honey. I think we may leave them suck up the honey. If we leave them to where we've spilled honey or broken bits that are stuck here and there, if we leave them on it for a while, they'll end up cleaning it and it'll end up less of a mess. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to get covered in honey either. And the more we spill inside, the more attractant it is for further swarms after this has been removed. You know, in all fairness, it'll really need to be blocked up quite well, because they had an opening there that was like the Grand Canyon. They could just stroll in very easily. Now, I'm going to leave the guys on the floor cleaning up, and I'm going to chop another little bit. Yes, indeed. thought it was locked. I've always got this fear of sucking a big clump of them and them all hanging onto each other and ending up maybe causing a blockage in the vacuum. But it's never ever happened, but it's just always a fear. And then you end up killing a big clump of them and blocking the device. So that's why I try and go nice and gently, not sticking it into a big clump of bees. But of course, sometimes it's inevitable. You just have to suck up a big clump because you can't really pick the top layer off. You just have to take what's in front of you. Anyway, it's looking good. We're making a little bit of progress. See all of this underneath, this brown substance here? That's all an old wasp's nest.
Oh.
I'll just chop that off. It's paper. I don't know how they do it or whatever, but they chew up paper and form it into a big nest like that. It's usually very circular, like a football. Anyway, we don't want to know them guys. No, stay away. I mean, it's probably an old nest that died. I don't know if bees and wasps, well, the wasps definitely, or the bees wouldn't tolerate the wasps, but I can't imagine them coexisting at all. Now there's honey everywhere. This is going to be very wet, and on such a hot day it isn't going to be beautiful. This would be a nice job for a slightly cooler day because they wouldn't be out working and the honey would remain just a tiny bit less watery.
It's not capped honey.
No, it's very, very thick, the comb on this. And it continues on, so I'm going to leave that one for the moment and I'm going to try and get this one over on this side because this large piece of curls all the way around. Anyway, as long as they keep coming out, I'll keep saying hello. Begin the vacuum here. Oops. Let me see how we got. Very good on you. Right, I better cut that next piece off. It'll expose more bees.
Can I stop it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, go on, drop it there. So this little sliced thing is wonderful for getting it super tight against the comb, the ceiling. So it's wonderful. There's a lot of pollen in this, huge amount of pollen. It's good protein. I think it's protein anyway. Okay. Now, can I get a knife? So another couple of feet from beyond that now. Okay, we've had to remove another little piece of the floor in here in the attic space. And we'll just have to keep on proceeding. There's a huge amount of honey. It's very, very heavy.
And queen cells.
No, they're drone cells.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're all drone cells. If it was a queen cell, it'd be pointing downwards.
Okay.
So, I mean, to us, the drone cell or the drone brood, we're just going to fire that away. That's chicken feed or something like that. If they have chickens in this farm, all the better. Otherwise, we'll bring it home and let the birds have it. So, for now, again, the usual. Just remove a few bees. Keep an eye out if you see a queen scream. I think I might as well just start cutting. You hold that for one moment because there's very little on that side, so we might as well release as much as we can. Now look at that for a piece of honeycomb. It's about 4 inches, well maybe not 4, but 3.5 inches at least. It is the biggest I've ever witnessed. Never come across anything like that. Oh my god! No.
What?
I thought I fucking got a queen.
Hi, yesterday we removed a colony from a roof. We had to strip back the roof, do a lot of work, and while we were there we got another call about a swarm, so we had to finish that job, bring those bees home, house them in the apiary, and then go and collect another one And while we're waiting on that one to get into the box, we got another swarm, which we have over here in a small box, and we're going to open that now and see what's in it, because we frankly had no idea. And the two we collected yesterday are the furthest ones from us at the moment. We're going to open them up now and have a little inspection as well, and just see how they are, just to make sure they're still in the boxes really, but we're pretty confident they are, as we can see bees flying in and out. With this one, this is the one we removed from a roof yesterday. It was very invasive. We had to do a lot of cutting of sheets of wood and things, because they were mounted between the ceiling and a false floor above it. So in doing that, we did, well, quite a bit of damage, I imagine. I mean, we rescued a huge amount of bees. We didn't kill many bees, but we're not sure whether we got the queen, because at one point we found a bee that was damaged, and it did look like a queen. We couldn't tell for sure because the abdomen was a little bit squashed. But I think it was the queen. So we're going to have to check back here in maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 days to a week anyway, and see if there's any sign of eggs. And if there's no sign of eggs, well, fresh laid eggs, they will have either made their own queen cell, or we'll have to introduce a new queen. So that's it. Again, from yesterday's removal, we cut away all of the old comb and honey, the good part. And what we do is when we remove the said comb and honey, we put them into separate bags, good and bad. Like what might be fit for human consumption goes into a nice clean bag, and then what is for the bees will just go into any old bag, and we'll melt it down. We'll remove the honey from the wax and feed it back to the bees, and then melt down the wax and make, well, we don't know what we're going to make yet. We're hoping to make foundation to give back to the bees, but we just melt it into big blocks, as you can see there, or like that, and it smells delicious, absolutely lovely. So we're hoping to melt that down and remake our own foundation, which is the wax that goes into the frame, and then the bees can use it all over again. So as I said, these bags are full of, well, this one's full of honey, unbelievable amounts of honey, and probably bees, so I have to be very careful here. This is the largest comb I've ever witnessed. I've never ever seen comb drawn out that much. Usually it's, well, not even, usually it's only like that. So as you can see, they were very productive. They obviously made more honey than they could store by making more comb, and they just made the comb so big, it's amazing. So we have a few pieces like that that are really nice. Oh. This is all good, clean. A lot of it will chop off the ends. We'll remove all of this with no honey, and then we'll crush the good sections, and we'll filter it through a filter over a bucket like this. So we'll break up all of the honey, or all of the honeycomb. We'll leave it in a bucket for a couple of days, and all the honey will drain out, and then we'll collect it and put it in jars. We'll probably refine it a little bit further, because the mesh on this isn't very close. So we'll use a finer filter then after we use this one, and then it's ready to jar. So this is going to be done pretty soon. We'll probably do this evening. Crush it all up. Not so good. This is all of the old brood frame. There was a lot of drone brood, which is the males inside this hive. So all of these ones are male eggs, or male larvae. As you can see, a lot of them have perished, but look, there's not much we can do about it. We didn't want to waste our time saving these to put them into hives, because males are useless. It's a little bit like the human race. We like to sit around on the sofa and do nothing. So all of this, as I said, was something we didn't want to keep, so that's why it's in the rubbish bucket. We're going to leave this outside and let the birds have it. The birds will pick out all of the larvae, and it'll go somewhere, so nothing is wasted. Oops. Except the ones that fall out on the floor. We have to be very careful here, because there's a chance some of these might have hatched if it was warm enough last night, because some of them were on the way out. No, actually no, they're dead. These guys were ready to be born. You can't save them all. Our box wouldn't have been big enough if we had tried to accommodate every single piece of brood. So we just saved the valuable ones, the ones that are going to be of benefit to us, and the rest of it we just recycle. and the birds can have it, and then we'll melt down the comb and render it into blocks like that. So now we're going to put these outside. Sometimes I'll scrape the wax surface off just to expose what's underneath, and then the birds will see what it is and they'll eat it. So that's it. Buon appetito.